Hey folks, JD here, and today, as it's almost Christmas, and we are quite a way into the start of December, I thought for the next couple of Mondays we'd have quite a bit of fun with this. So I came across it on the internet and thought that I just had to buy it, to be honest with you. It is a quadcopter advent calendar. So you open up the days corresponding, same as any other advent calendar. And once you open them up, you get a part of a quadcopter that you can then piece together. So let's lose this little bit to begin with, the front of it. Okay, so here we have it. So as we are now on the 5th of December, then what we're going to do as these, I had a couple of choices. Either make 24 videos of a minute each, which I didn't think was very good. Or we could do one video every Monday and open up the corresponding number of days on that Monday. So as today is the 5th of December, we'll be opening up 5 doors. So let's have a quick little look. So we should just be able to peel this back. Yeah, there we are. So behind door number 1, I wonder what this is. Let's have a little look. So we've got the front of the quadcopter. So this is really fiddly. Right, okay, didn't think this would be as fiddly as this. There we are. So we've got the front of our little quadcopter, so we'll put that to one side for the second. That was door number 1. Door number 2. So where are we? This is quite difficult upside down. Door number 2 is here. Perfect. Door number 2. We get, let's have a little look. Looks like we get some gears and some super glue. Okay, let's put that to one side as well. What's behind door number 3? Door number 3, down here, we get some more gears. So I'm guessing that one set of gears are for one set of propellers and the other set are for the other set of propellers. So put that to one side as well. So I'm just going to make this a little bit easier, what I'm going to do is take these doors that we're pulling off and I'm just going to put them next to the corresponding bits that we've taken off as well, just so we don't get anything confused when we come to assemble it. So where are we now? That was 1, 2, 3. This is day 4. What's behind here? So day 4 looks like some electronics. So lots of sellotape in this. Yeah, there we are. So we've got some quadcopter motors, we've got some weights just to hold down the cables, and we've got some cable connectors there as well. So that is behind door number 4. And then we've got door number 5. So here we go. So door number 5 then gives us some more quadcopter motors, cables and weights. So there we go. So let's move this to one side. Let's put out all the bits that we've got. 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there we have it. So we've got a load of different parts there. I don't know where door number 3 has gone. Oh yeah, there we are. It's right on the floor. Door number 3. So there we have it. So some perfect little bits. So let's get started. So what we're looking for now is door number 2 has got these little pieces. So we've got 2 little metal sprigs and we've got 2 plastic cogs. So we want to make sure we don't lose anything. So what we'll do is we'll take our quadcopter. The front of the quadcopter is this bit here with the red on the front. So I might just hold it up to you a little bit there. This would be the front of it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is turn this round so the front points towards me. So if you're building it at the same time as well, don't forget to have the front towards you. Okay, now what we'll do is we shall take one of these little cogs and with the top bit, the longest part of the cog sticking upwards, we'll place it into one of the little propeller arms in there, and then we'll pop the bolt underneath it. Now this is going to take a little bit of fiddling because there's only a 1mm gap when you pop the little bit of the little metal pin in through the bottom. All you get is a 1mm gap. So what I might do is actually push against that, against the table that we've got here, and hopefully, okay, so then pushing quite hard does allow you to pop the pin in the bottom and affix it to the top part of this gear here. So we've got to just do that again now for the second one. So a tiniest drop of glue in the top there, and then from using that tiniest drop of glue, just pop in the first little propeller there, little cog, sorry, and then using your pin and your cog, push them together, and then once you've got that other one in there as well, then just give it a, there we are, perfect. So we've got the two front cogs already attached to there. Beautiful stuff. Now then, let's have a little look and see. I think we've got to now add the other ones from day 3, which are the same again. So opening day 3's bag, and then we've got the same again, so 2 pins and 2 cogs. So once again, using the tiniest drop of glue, just put a drop of glue on the inside of both of these, because that is where the cog is going to sit. So one in there, remembering to leave the long side of the cog sticking up, because that's where you're going to want to stick the arm that holds the propellers. So both of those in. No, let's do one at a time actually. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take this nice and slowly. So this will now be the back of the quad. There's that one added. Perfect. And now we should be able to do number 4. And there you have it. So if I face this towards you now, here's the front of the quadcopter, and there you should be able to see you've got 4 little cogs in there, and on the underside there are 4 little pins holding those cogs in, as well as the tiniest amount of glue as well. So we're finished with bags 2 and 3, so let's remove those and recycle those accordingly. Now we still need to open up 4 and 5. So part 4 is now going to be opened, and this is the motor. 2 motors, one for each of the front. I think they're for the front. Give me a second. Let me just turn this. So now we've got the front of our quadcopter there. What we want to do is turn her. So now the front of the quadcopter is facing that way. Alright. And now what we want to do is just take off this little label if we can. If you are going to use the scissors, then be very, very careful. I've just used a little pair of scissors there just to ensure that I can get a little nick in the plastic coated surface of this label. Just enough so I can remove it. Even better, what I might do is just cut it off and then try and see if I can peel it back when I've cut it. So now the label has been removed. Careful not to pull any leads or any cables. There we are, perfect. So there we have it. 1 motor. So now we're going to put this one in the back. So there's a little tube here that, if I move this out of the way a little bit and bring it a little bit more centralized, there's a little tube here on each of these propeller arms. That's where you're going to want the motor to go through, because this little bit here is the part that spins the propeller. So you want that little bit protruding out of there a little bit. Okay, so just push it in until it's quite taut there. The second motor here now, just going to remove this label in the same vein as we did the first one, and voila, there we are, that's removed. So then we'll pop that into the opposite side as well then. That's where it's going to want to sit. There we are, perfect. So now we have got one completely set up. Don't forget, that's how the quadcopter blades move and work, is you'll have A and A, B and B. It doesn't work in a complete exact straight line opposite each other. They're not going to be flush. That is as far as they're going to move. I'm going to go down. So now then just push these cables down slowly and very gently. Just enough there so that... Now I'm leaving the cable weights on here so that the cables sit in a particular situation, in a particular place rather, and they don't decide to just bounce back up. So that's behind door number 4, and then behind door number 5 were the other motors for the other side. So again, keeping the quadcopter with the front facing to the right. Then let's attach these, and then once again just put these cables down, trail them down a little bit just to keep them there. Well, look at that, now it's taking shape. It's looking like a proper little quadcopter to begin with. So look at that, that's the front of the quadcopter. Obviously you can tell by the little red mark there. We've added these little plastic cogs on here, and we've added the motors. So we're actually, it's starting to take shape here. It's starting to take shape very, very well. So one thing I would say is, when you're putting it together and you've got this little red bit here on the side, you just want to, that's where you want to keep it. You want to always make sure that is that is the way that you've got this sitting, because you don't want to put something into the wrong place, because you're following the instructions, and the instructions say that this little red bit here should be facing to the right hand side. So there we have it. That's the first 5 days of our advent calendar open. So we've got the body, we've got 4 motors, and we've got the cogs sitting in there, and the little pins to hold the cogs in as well, including, can't forget, the glue as well. So there we have it. That's the first 5 days. So there we are, folks. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to tune in next Monday at 6 PM GMT, where we'll be opening the next load of doors, and then we'll be able to add those to our quadcopter until she's completely built. So thanks everyone, ever so much for watching and listening, folks. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, and until next week, happy flying.